everyone. Welcome to the One More Thought podcast. I am Paige Allen, and today I have a guest. Everybody, this is Reagan Talbot. Hey, Reagan.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, so our sermon series right now is what I would preach to my younger self. I preached yesterday, and I'm not going to go over my sermon. Instead, I was like, you know what I want to do is I want to invite someone that is younger than me and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
And immediately I was like, I want to talk to Reagan.
Okay, nice.
So a lot of people don't know you. So first of all, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Who are you, Reagan?
Well, my name is Reagan.
Yes.
I work at the South Campus with our kids ministry team. So I spend a lot of time over in the kids building on Sundays. And that's me. That's what I do. I'm married to Dylan, our audio guy, and we go home, we go to work, and that's our whole life.
Okay.
Not a whole lot going on, honestly.
So can I ask how old you are?
I'm 24.
You're 24?
Yes.
Okay.
And a half. 24 and a half.
That's okay, great. And I am 46.
Okay.
So I'm a solid, almost twice as old as you.
Okay, yeah.
In my bones, though, I still feel so young.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. He's like, okay. I maybe don't
hear
see
you.
it.
I hear you.
So Reagan is known around our church staff as someone who asks the best questions.
Big gabber.
You are a big yapper.
Big yapper.
So I was like, what if we just ask each other questions
I'm
today?
okay with that.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
So we both have our phones.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about all kinds of things, a lot of generational type questions. Yes. And so I'm going to actually start us, because we are looking at our phones. I want to know, we grew up very differently in that you grew up with technology. When I grew up, I got my first cell phone when I was, maybe 23.
Okay.
So I got my first cell phone about your age. I didn't have it before it then. In college, my parents bought me this massive word processor. Do you even know what a word processor is?
No.
Yeah, it was not really a computer, but it was a glorified
typewriter.
It wasn't even a typewriter. You actually had a screen, but the screen was enormous. It actually took up my entire desk in my dorm room. But all you could do was write papers on it. So, okay. So my question for you, is how do you think having technology, growing up, has shaped either the way you build relationships or the way you communicate?
Yeah.
I'm just curious if you think there's some things that have impacted you that maybe didn't impact me.
Yeah. I think it's done this really weird thing where it's both skyrocketed the amount of people that I can connect with, that people my generation can connect with, but it's also plummeted our ability to do so. We hate talking on the phone.
I've noticed, yes.
We do not like that. For some reason, it's not an enjoyable time. Everybody overthinks an email, text. So everybody is constantly overthinking what they're going to say. I'm not sure if it's because we're hyper aware of the footprint we're leaving behind as it comes to our phones,
Right.
All sorts of texts can be brought up, emails can be brought up. So everybody wants to make sure that it's perfect, is my assumption.
Okay.
But it's so strange because on the outside, we look like we are this hyper social generation. Everybody's connected to everybody. We're posting our entire lives. We want everybody included on everything. But whenever it comes to a face-to-face conversation, we lack severely, in my opinion.
Okay.
And not just all of my age, me as well. It's a learned skill that I guess whenever we started introducing phones and social media, we just decided we didn't need to work on it as much. I'm not sure.
It's so fascinating. I do think I understand what you're saying, and I can see that. And I'm thinking, just as someone in the older generation, how do you bridge that gap? I guess maybe we just... We try to be more intentional to occasionally have conversations, but not take it personally if it's awkward.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think so too. Yeah, fight through the awkward is the best way. Really hold on tight in these conversations. And I don't know, at least for me, I know not everybody's like me. I really enjoy when older people are willing to fight through all of the awkward stuff that I say or the wild stuff that I say, because I act like I have no social interaction ever and I've just been released from my cage. I don't know why I do that, but I love older people who are willing to have a good, candid conversation.
Yeah.
And it does make me a little more comfortable, I guess.
Okay. No, I love that. I think that's good for people listening to like go.
Yes,
do that. Yeah. Okay. All right. You have a question for me?
Yes.
We're just going to go back and forth. Does that sound good to you?
So excited.
And some of our questions will be deep and some of them will just be silly, probably.
Yeah, I'm not going to start out deep. This is one that has been on my head since I thought about it.
Okay.
And it is, what were some of Teen Paige's closet staples? Like, you're getting ready for middle school or high school.
Okay.
What was going on? I want to know.
You want to know?
Yes.
Okay. Well, like, I'm a child. I was born in 79, Reagan.
Okay.
Which sounds really old. So elementary was in the 80s, but in my Teen Page was firmly 90s. I graduated in 1997. So I was like, I had some Timberland boots. Do you know what these are?
Yes.
It's like a cheaper version of Doc Martens, but they're like the really yellow ones.
Yes.
But I really loved them. I did love a flannel.
What?
Yes. Oh, flannel, wrap it around your waist.
Okay.
Pretty much every day. And I loved overalls.
Okay.
I loved overalls.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
And I had bangs in high school, and I don't know if that answers your question.
And where were you pulling this from? Like TV shows or
Probably
what?
like TV shows. I don't know if you know this show, like My So-Called Life. Like that was like a very like Claire Danes as a teenager. Like I really loved her style. Like slight grunge, but I was too preppy to.
That's
like
what I'm getting.
Really lean in there.
Like light
so
grunge.
it's like light grunge.
Okay. You weren't ready to commit. That's okay.
I was. Yeah.
That's fascinating. I wouldn't have picked that. Oh my goodness. Flannel and Timberlands?
Flannel and Timberlands with like some jeans and like a little t-shirt and fitted t-shirt, and this was me.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I bet it looked cute. I bet you rocked it.
I did. I think I did. I don't know.
Everybody has a past. It's no big deal.
So along those lines, why is your generation so? I feel like our style in the 90s is coming back around.
It is.
Why do you think you guys are so obsessed with us?
I think it's because nobody did it like the ladies in the 90s.
Okay.
Genuinely, anytime anybody in my generation is pulling up some sort of style icon, I mean, today we're wearing less and less and less. There's not any style in that. The last time where we really had a unique style when it comes to fashion was like the 90s. And off the top of my head, I mean, Fran the nanny, Fran Fine.
Sure.
Oh my goodness.
Sure.
Monica Geller and Rachel from Friends. Style
I will
icons.
tell you, I 100% did go get my hair. Actually, I didn't want to do a Rachel because everyone was doing the Rachel. So I wanted to be like Monica.
Yes.
And my personality is more like Monica anyway. So I was,
They were doing it like nobody else.
Right.
And they were all so unique. I think today we see everybody wears the same thing, even if their character is supposed to be different in media or whatever it is. They're wearing pretty much the same pattern of clothes, the same thing over and over and over again. But back then, you had so many different versions and genres. Like still to this day, my top style icon, I would never dress like her, but it's the movie My Cousin Vinny.
Yes.
Marissa Tomei and her little skunk stripe and her patent leather. I just loved it. I thought it was beautiful, and nobody dresses like that anymore.
This is true. Okay, can I tell you one of the craziest things that I had? This was like I was a freshman probably, and I had jeans that had cow print fur just on the front.
Yes.
And I loved them.
Yes.
It was a lot of a look.
Yes.
But I loved it. And people
in the
complimented
2000s,
me.
I was I loved a lot of neon for some reason. I was really holding on tight to that. And one of my pairs of pants had a zipper that went all the way up. You never, of course, did it because I was in like the 4th grade.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was the coolest little, I don't know. It almost like chaps.
Amazing. Okay, moving us along. We're already like halfway. We're talking a lot. Okay.
Yes.
What Bible story do you think would make the wildest Netflix show, Reagan?
I love this question. And here's why. I think so many people have fooled themselves into thinking that the Bible is somehow boring. And uninteresting and not at all dramatic. I mean, this is literally, I've talked to so many of my friends who want to get into the Bible and just aren't ready for it, or just can't get through it, or don't know where to start, or feel like it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Right.
You know, they hit Numbers, they hit Leviticus, and they think the rest of it is just going to be that way. I mean, the Bible is genuinely like the hottest tabloid gossip.
True.
From the beginning of time. I mean, all we're doing is hearing about these people's lives and all of the awful mistakes that they made and how God redeemed them. And so there's literally so many different Netflix shows that you could pull from this. I mean, you could pull a horror show from Revelation or from the 10 plagues told from an Egyptian's point of view, terrifying. You could pull romance from Ruth. You could pull a coming of age story from Esther. But honestly, the best, like Game of Thrones pales in comparison to Judges. I mean, that story's nuts.
It is a little nuts.
It's like redacted nuts. Like that is crazy. What do you mean they did that? What do you, like anytime, I think it's Judges 19, anytime I crack open that chapter, I'm like, oh, that's fascinating. They did what?
Yeah.
To who? I just that. And it will never see a screen. It will never see a screen, I think. I don't know. I think the closest thing we have is Game of Thrones. I've not seen Game of Thrones, so I don't know.
Okay.
But that is crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy.
I agree. The Bible has a lot of good stories in there.
Yes.
Wild. Yeah. Okay. I'm making notes. Maybe someone is listening right now and they're going to make their own version of Wild Chosen.
But on that
Judges version
kind of topic.
Yes. Okay.
Along the same vein of Bible stories in the Bible, if your walk with God was put in the Bible, what do you think the key takeaway would be of your life?
Oh, this is a deep question, Reagan. I like this question. The key takeaway of my life, I think it would be two things. Obedience and faithfulness. I think would be the key takeaway. Like, because in my life, I've had plans that then God very directly said, no, I want you to do something different. And I had to make a choice whether or not to obey that, because it was just between him and me. So even like me moving back to Lubbock, it was just him and I. And he was like, you have to go back home. And I was like, no, I don't want to. But I obeyed. Or I have a story when I was like your age, my dream job came up. I was asked to apply for it. It would have set me up for massive platform in ministry and all these things. And I was getting ready to apply. And God said no. He said, you can't apply for it. And no one knew except me and God. And I had to obey. In hindsight, it saved me from a really difficult situation that ended up happening with that organization later on down the road. And then I think maybe a takeaway would just be faithfulness. It's not very like sexy. But just showing up every day and doing what God's asked you to do, like to the best of your ability. I think that's what the takeaway would be.
And I mean, it isn't sexy, but it's also the backbone of every story. I feel like that we see, like all of our pillars, all of our building blocks. I mean, the only reason why they continue or why they even get written down is because they were faithful enough to answer. So I do think it's necessary. I mean, if you want to make it into the scriptures in a good way, you have to be faithful.
If I don't want to be judges.
You know, yes.
Okay, so here's a question for you. What do you think is the most obvious difference between the women of our respective generations, and maybe even then the generation above me, if you think about it?
Interesting.
That's a hard question.
I think, and I don't know if it's just something that comes along with getting older. I do feel like your generation and above are so classy, so graceful, very polished, put together, and not in a fake way, but I just feel like you guys are very clean, like ballet pink, like nails are done, you have French tips, things like that. Like, I don't know, it's down to the little things. It's not just in the words you use, but it's the way you carry yourselves. There's a poise to it that I don't feel like my generation has unlocked just yet. We still have wonderful stories and we're a hoot and a holler, and that's awesome, but I do feel like we just haven't, I do think it has to be a time thing. We just haven't settled into the confidence that kind of grounds you yet. And so I do find that even in our, you know, our most put together girls of our age, we do lack a little bit of that grace and poise, and not always class, but you know what I mean.
I do.
That refinement. We're not refined yet. We're waiting.
You use the word settled, and that's what actually popped into my head as you were talking. I do think that there is something that comes with age, and not just with age though, specifically like if you're following the Lord and as you grow in your relation with the Lord, I think you just become a little bit less worried about what people think about you. You become a little less concerned about, I don't know. I think I know in my own life anyways, like in my 40s, I feel the most settled I've ever been.
Yes.
You know, I do not stress about as many things as I once did. I'm not as driven to perform for people's praise, or I feel like this is what God's asked me to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm just not going to stress about the rest.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that'll come. Certainly hope so. Waiting for it. Please, Lord, bring us settling. But yeah, I mean,
at the same time though.
Yeah.
The Lord has been challenging me though to get around younger people though, because the danger with that settledness is to become settled in a negative way.
Yes.
And to stop dreaming and to stop like,
unmovable.
you know, like depending on God or taking wild leaps of faith. I don't want to get settled in a comfortable way.
Yeah, almost like petrifying yourself.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So kind of along those lines, you said in your 40s, you feel like this is the time when you're the most settled. So what would you say, if settled is the word for your 40s, what is the word for your 30s, your 20s, even like your little childhood 10s?
Little childhood, yeah. It's a great question. For my little childhood, I like that word, little childhood. I mean, that was just kind of carefree. You know, I just constantly dreaming and running and doing all the things. In my 20s, I feel like, in my 20s, I had big plans, Reagan. I was going to change the world.
Yes.
At the same time, in my 20s, I made amazing friends. When I look back at my 20s, like it was a time of like discovery. I was figuring out who I was. I was figuring out who God was. I was discovering what kind of friends were life-giving to me. It's when I met my husband. It's during that season that we got married, and we had to discover what it looked like to do life as a married couple. And then I think for my 30s, so I'd say 20s discovery, 30s was almost like building.
Okay.
Like I felt like I had to build things. Not that I had to, but I wanted to. Like it wasn't just discovery. It was like, this is what I'm called to do. Now I'm going to start building that thing.
Yeah.
Both in my marriage and in work. And I started having kids. And so building things. But there's a lot of pressure with that. And so I think in my 40s then, it is that settled of like, you know what? I actually have built some things.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just going to try to be consistent and settled.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that helps.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to look forward to.
Okay, we only have a couple minutes left. I'm trying to decide what else I want to ask you. Okay, be honest. How
I'm
much,
so excited.
How much does your generation make fun of my generation? Like about the emojis we use, about words we use?
Yeah. Honestly, it's not as often as you think. And when we do it, at least for me, it's to your face.
Okay.
Like I'm not going to talk behind your back.
Okay.
And honestly, the emojis, it sounds awful, is a little more endearing than anything.
Okay.
Like when my mom sends me an emoji, I'm like, oh, that's so cute that she did that.
Okay, so like, are we not supposed to use emojis?
It's fine. Emoji it up. I mean, if you're going to do it, be confident in it. Like, full send it. I think personally. And I do find myself, even if I feel like I've lost my footing in a text conversation, maybe with a volunteer or something like that, I do add an emoji. Like, I channel my inner older person. And I do add a smiley face emoji, which I would never do with somebody my age. That makes no sense.
So you guys never use emojis with
like
your own
that.
age?
And they don't really connect to, like, we don't use the laughing, crying face emoji when we're laughing. A lot of people will use like the skull, like I'm dead is kind of what they're saying. Like things like that. There's different emojis and things different. I would say though, the thing I make fun of the most is not emojis. I don't understand who started it or why it's a thing, is the ... You guys put that in your text like crazy. Even
it means we're thinking.
I don't know what you're not thinking. You've texted it out. By the time it gets to me, the thought has been closed.
But you need to know, like, there's this thought, and then we're thinking, like, it's not a full stop sentence. We're letting you know, like, we feel like we're being harsh.
You're not. What you're doing is you're ramping up the intensity. Like, I feel like I'm about to get a secret or like information. I don't know. Like, it's like, are you okay? Like, is this like, do you need help? Like, is this a secret message I need to decode? My mom sends them. Why are you sending that? I don't know.
That's not what we're trying. We're not sending any secrets. We're just saying, this is something I'm thinking about, and we're almost like giving you space to be like, yeah, no, I don't agree with that. Like, we think we're being really kind.
No.
Wow.
So ellipses,
we're learning.
And then the smirking emoji. Y'all put the smirking emoji on everything. Why are you smirking? Why are you smirking?
Because we think we're being funny or clever.
My mother-in-law, my father-in-law will text me something, went to the store. Like, what are you doing? Okay. Why did you do that? Finished a puzzle. What's going on? So yeah, those two emojis. Okay, ellipses and the smirking. Please
I am
get rid of
removing all ellipses and all of the smirking emoji. If you've watched through the entire podcast, I am so glad you are taking something away,
Yes.
everyone. Older generation, we got to work on our text messages apparently, or just start.
Just do it.
I'm going to
be confident in it.
I'm going to start sending you thoughts with ellipses all
Just
the time.
do that.
I don't even know how to say that. Smart. Okay.
Just do that.
Reagan, this has been so much fun.
Yes.
I think we could do this for like
a good while,
a long time, but
yes.
we will stop now. I want to say this. I love your generation.
Thank you.
I really
yours too.
I really do.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about what God is doing in your generation, and the future's bright because we have people like you. So, all right, everybody, thanks for listening. We'll see you back next week on the One More Thought podcast.